found in Evaton this afternoon has been identified as that of a missing 6-year-old Orange Farm boy. Komanani Fana Mahwa went missing on Sunday. It's after falling into a manhole while playing with friends, and that prompted a search. Newzroom Afrika's Malungelo Booi is live for us on the scene tonight with the very latest. Malungelo, this has ended in the worst way possible for the families, because even though they may have been preparing themselves for the worst, it is something completely different to get there.
That's right, Kathy. In fact, where we are, that's where officials, in fact, discovered the body. Where you think the water gushing out, Kathy, that's where the body was. Interestingly enough, Kathy, we were here at around 8 o'clock in the morning. We're doing our first live crossing, and we did not actually imagine that it's exactly where we were that the body of this young boy would be found. And of course, the family had said to us earlier that all they were praying for was for the body of this 6-year-old to be found. I want to bring in the family spokesperson, Kenneth Mbatha. Kenneth, thanks so much for your time. And one of the things that you were saying to me in the morning was that all you guys were praying for is to be able to find this young boy. He has been found.
I won't say we're happy, but at least we're grateful that all our prayers got answered. In terms of we found the baby, even though we found him in a condition that is not happy, it's not imaginable, in fact. But we are saying as a family, that's how we are going to accept the issue. But what's more important is to make the municipality accountable for this. Because of is there negligence that caused the situation to be like this? You see, even now where we're standing, not even red tapes are there to show something happened, at least to warn children not to play from this place.
I want you to explain what you mean exactly when you're saying that you want them to be held accountable. Explain that to me.
What we are saying is that we want them to give us answers. You see, I think it's high time our municipality or our government at large to take responsibility on the wrong things that happened within the society. One, we can't be happy as a family when we're supposed to get answers. We are told of, no, we'll assist you to bury the child. It's uncalled for. Our society is always by all time reduced because of issues of class and race. If it was a privileged child that was lost, I don't think such time could have taken. They could have taken such time to discover the baby. It's us who were here as the family who have been running up and down. But we believe officials and employees of the city, they have not been doing enough efforts, because I tell you, today we wake up at 6, we're here, none of them were here, and they only started looking for the child at the run-up during the course of the day. So it really troubles us, but we're saying from now on, we're not going to leave these issues unattended.
Have they been in touch with you guys, the authorities from the city of Johannesburg?
Mostly not in touch with us on the developments. One thing I'm saying to the public now, you see, our municipality is taking us for granted. For main fact, what they've responded to us is just of how they are going to assist us in terms of burying the baby, and what the assistance of counseling and all those things. But you see, what we are saying mostly, how are they going to fix the problem? How are they going to come back to the society and make sure that the society is safe for other children to exist, to live around the community? You see, it's really uncalled for. I had an interview yesterday where officials, Mpomerane, they were trying to blame these things on the community. And the callers, obvious, I will say rented callers, they were like saying, here in Orange Farm, you can find children at 10 p.m. and 10 p.m. How is that possible for a dark place? The Orange Farm has been existing for more than 25 years, but it's still dark there. We only see poles because there are poles, but that is not on. They are not turning on when there's a necessity of doing that. So from now on, we're saying we're going to fight this. We're going to make sure the municipality accounts to us as the family, accounts to the public, fix all the problems that we're dealing with in the society.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Kenneth Mbatha, there he speaks for the family of the 6-year-old boy. But I suppose the key issue that comes out there, Kathy, is that somebody must be held accountable. The family does want answers as to why that manhole was left open. We're hearing for about 4 months. Authorities have got to answer to that.
And Malungelo, the devastating thing is that we come across these stories all too often where work is supposed to be done. Part of the process begins, it's never completed, and no one ever has to answer for why it was left incomplete and why communities have to live with manholes in their areas and the risk that that brings, not just for children, but I think just for the community collectively.
That's right, Kathy. In fact, I mean, we've not heard from the city of Johannesburg explaining as to why that manhole has been left open for about 4 months, as some residents have been saying to us. If you look into Orange Farm, Kathy, this is where this incident happened. It's a community that's completely neglected, as you've heard, Kenneth. And I suppose, Kathy, that's why the community then is angered by this incident, saying that somebody must be held accountable, somebody must answer as to why that manhole was left open for about 4 months. It's going to be interesting then to hear what authorities from the city of Johannesburg will say. But I must indicate, though, Kathy, that there was one of the MMC from the city of Johannesburg that was here, Margaret Arnold. I think she represents community services. She did also say that she had been in touch with her counterpart, you know, from the city of Johannesburg about this particular matter, to actually urge them to make sure that all the manholes that are open around the city of Johannesburg are fixed as a matter of urgency. But also she did allude to the fact that some of these manholes are actually stolen by people who sell them, saying that that's something that also has to be addressed with communities.
Malungelo Booi, let's leave it there for tonight, and he's been watching that story for us.